So we've been blessed with Lemon Ups during convention, and we are from councils with ABC Bakers, and so we thought we would do a taste test and videotape so you guys get to see kind of our first reaction.
We've had lemonades before, so that won't be our first reaction, but Lemon Ups is a new cookie for us. We are excited to kind of compare and contrast the two cookies. We're going to try to stay positive. Personally, Lemonades has been one of my favorite cookies for ever since I was a brownie and started selling cookies. So I am excited.
We eat the whole sleeve at a time. So
oh, definitely.
It's been hard. So we thought we would try them, and so we're going to start with the Lemon Ups. I kind of like the words on them.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Thanks-a-Lots and how there were all these different languages that I felt it brought Girl Scouts together, and WAGs kind of brings in that aspect. So I like the words on this kind of sharing, like I have the GIRL on, and as a delegate, there was a video with Little Brownie Baker, since they're one of the sponsors, about why they decided to put the words on, and it was great, and I loved it. So that, just the look of the cookie, that's my favorite part so far.
So mine says I'm a risk taker.
Mine says I'm a leader.
So
but
what
I
are some
think
of
we
the
might
others?
need to switch.
I don't know about that. I think there's... Okay, I'm going to find out what the other ones are. Hang on a minute.
As you see, we've already had a couple. She has.
I'm an innovator.
I'm gutsy.
Oh, creative. Oh, there's lots of them. Okay.
I am bold.
Okay, that one we've had already.
Not
Ooh.
this one.
I'm a go-getter.
And another, I am a leader. And there might be a couple others.
We don't know we ate them.
But personally, I'm really happy. I'm going to pick I am a leader because that is, I'm the L in GIRL for sure. And are you ready to taste them?
All right, let's go for it.
Wait. We gotta smell them. Oh wow, this smells very lemony. You ate it before me.
Don't tell her. I do like the smell. Kind of reminds me of a lemon candle or lemon tea.
It does smell like a lemon tea.
And there's actually a great story. Do you want to tell the story about Julie Gordon Lowe and her cookies and tea?
Oh yeah, so one of the biggest selling points that I use for the shortbread or trefoil cookie is that you can have it with tea, which might not seem like very innovative or creative, but Juliette Gordon Lowe, the founder of Girl Scouts, would eat cookies and tea all the time, and I used to love that. And whenever I would go to my grandma's and get some tea, I would love the shortbread were her favorite. So of course we had to have them with tea, and it was wonderful.
But and Julie Gordon Lowe said what when she came back from England? Okay, so this used to be one of Marie's favorite quotes when she was much younger. And she called her friend and said, I have something for the girls in Savannah and the girls across the country. Let's talk about it over a cup of tea. And that was when she got her friend to help her launch the first Girl Scout troop in Savannah, Georgia. So these cookies actually replaced, wasn't it Savannah? What were they called?
Savannah Smiles.
Savannah Smiles. So
sad. I loved Savannah Smiles.
So I know that the bakers are, they want to have similar styles. I do like the smell. I kind of like the texture of this cookie. It's not as sweet.
No, personally, this kind of tastes more similar to a, biscuit kind of crackery thing. Not
a scone. Yes.
Scones are sweeter.
Not all scones. We get scones. We get scones with lots of frosting.
I guess it could be more like a scone, but I don't really think of it as a cookie, because when I think Girl Scout cookies, I don't know, most of them are very sweet, and I love them. And I love the Savannah Smiles because, of course, they had powdered sugar on them, so they were sweet. But
So the lemon ups are very lemony smelling.
did you eat the whole cookie?
Yes, I ate the whole
Are
cookie.
you trying to eat and talk at the same time?
So they're very lemony smelling. They definitely have a cracker texture.
Yeah.
And I do think they would be great with something like tea.
And as the National Girl Delegate, I did a box. We had these cool spirit boxes that came with lemon tea. I had mine last night. I enjoyed it. And honestly, if I had had this one before, I probably would have had it with the tea because it reminds me of the lemon black tea that I had last night.
Okay.
But personally, I wish it was sweeter and had a little different texture.
So let's go to the one that we already know we like, but I'm trying to do this from a different perspective. So these are the lemonades, and they look like a lemon. So they look like citrus. I guess you could say they even look like an orange. You can definitely smell the sugar from the beginning. See, now she's eating hers already. Okay, so you can smell the sweetness, the sugar. Definitely not as lemony of a smell.
No.
So I guess it depends on what you like as far as a lemon cookie.
I love the frosting on the bottom. It doesn't make the cookie as dry. It kind of makes it more of a moist cookie. Or
Almost like a cake.
yeah.
So
More like
maybe
a cakey cookie.
tea crackers and tea cakes.
Yeah. But personally, I like the flavors of both.
So if you've not had lemonades, lemonades have kind of a thin lemon cream frosting on the bottom, and it's a thin layer, so it's not like the really thick cookies that you might get at a grocery store that have gobs and gobs of frosting on them. It's a very pale yellow, and the cookies are very, very soft, so they're not a crispy cookie, where the lemon ups are crispy. They're definitely crumbly, so if you were looking at a cookie that maybe was less messy, I would say that perhaps maybe lemon ups are not the one you are going for if you're thinking about it from a crumb perspective. What are some of your favorite things to do with lemonades?
I'm gonna let you answer this one.
So one of my favorite, oh, you knew which one I was going to talk about. Okay, so my favorite thing to do with lemonades is actually make grown-up s'mores. So part of the reason that we actually have some lemonades, you know, especially through a pandemic and 10 months after cookie sales is over, is because we buy several cases of our favorite cookies at the end of every season. And the troop leaders in the troop that Marie grew up in, we kind of had our own adult s'more, and so we would take 2 lemonades, a bar of the Ghirardelli raspberry chocolate, so it was dark chocolate infused with raspberry filling, and marshmallow, and that would be the grown-up s'mores. When we would do campouts, and those are the only times we ever had the lemonades, and we would wait till the kids were all done, because otherwise the girls wanted to try them too. I think that the lemon ups would be great in a summer, like a Cool Whip kind of pie. So if you were, it wouldn't even have to be a lemon meringue pie, because I think that might be just a little too much. But if you had some sort of
top, something like that,
or if it was the crust, it could be the crust.
It's very crumbly, so it would work as a crust or a topping, like lemonades wouldn't be able to. If you guys have ever seen, I know we enjoyed the show, the Food Network cooking show, the baking show with Girl Scout cookies. They had lemon ups and lemonades. It was interesting because whenever people do lemon ups, they usually just crumbled. When they had lemonades, they either had it full or kind of in pieces and used it as design. So it was really interesting to see it that way. If you haven't, I'm not sure where you can find those shows. I hope they have it again
Sure, they're
this
on
year.
foodnetwork.com or
yeah.
YouTube.
I would definitely say to go check those out. I really hope they have it again this year.
Some folks did the lemonades into a cake ball. Like, so if you like the cake pops, they've made the lemonades into cake pops. But
that'd be good.
I think anything that you would probably use as for a trefoil. I could even see homemade fresh whipping cream and a strawberry on top of a lemon up. If you're looking for like a really easy, but you want to do something a little like your grown-up friends are coming over.
Especially if you think that the shortbread trefoil cookie is too sweet. So I know there are people out there who don't particularly like sweet cookies. This is definitely one for you.
Yeah, definitely different. So one's very, very sweet and the other one, it's a nice, refreshing cookie. And I could see if you were trying to do a dessert for, I'm going to say for grown-ups, some fresh whipped cream and a strawberry would be very pretty. It'd have a nice smell. It'd be very summery. So most of you are going to do cookie season and be done with cookie season probably before April or May. So make sure that you get some extra packages of the
definitely. And if you have cookies until summer, you will definitely be one of the favorites to invite to barbecues because they'll want you to bring your cookies.
It almost kind of smells like summer. It reminds me of lemonade. I mean, so there's the lemonade cookie, which is very, very sweet. But
lemonades, yeah.
Lemonades, but the smell of this one kind of reminds me of the smell of that beverage. So, all right. Anything else you'd like to add to our...
I think that's pretty much for our compare and contrast of those two cookies. I like both of them. Personally, I am into sweeter cookies, so I'm definitely going to like lemonades better because of the icing on the bottom and the cakiness texture of the cookie. But I was really glad to try the Lemon Ups, and I suggest whatever baker, either ABC Baker or Little Brownie Baker is near you, to try out these cookies, or find a girl who's in a different council that has a different bakery and go support them, buy online, take a road trip there. I know it's a lot of fun to try all the different kinds of cookies from different bakers because they are delicious.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know, at least this March, and hopefully it won't, I'm sure we'll have something like that this past year, but you could order a box, and it was a box that came with 6 or 7 cookies, and it was a gorgeous shipping box, and it was a great, it would have been great for gifts. We ate ours, but we did support some Girl Scouts in New York City, so hopefully this helped you guys at least get a little insight into the 2 different cookies, and so you always end up with that person who comes to your booth and says, oh, I want a lemonade, and all you have is the Lemon Ups. Well, now maybe you've gotten something out of this and you can help them, help your customer, and you can still sell your Lemon Ups.
Yep. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to look out because we are also going to be doing a video where we are going to be taste testing the new ABC Baker cookie. Bye!